Welcome back to the course LTE System Overview. In the last chapter, we were talking about the frame structure in LTE for frequency division duplex and time division duplex. We saw that for TDD, we have so-called special subframes when we switch between downlink and uplink. And now we will see why we need this special subframe and why we need the guard period within the special subframe. When we think about a station communicating with a user equipment, UE, then there is a certain distance between them. So this means that it also takes some time until the signals are transmitted from one side to the other. So for example, when we transmit in downlink and we want to switch to uplink, we have the special subframe in the middle. This means that we transport the downlink pilot time slot to the UE, and the UE directly then transmit the uplink pilot time slot to our station. In between, we have the transmission over the air, and this means that we have a propagation delay from the station to the UE and the other way around. This is just because of the distance between station and UE. And we could calculate this delay by calculating how fast the light travels. So in this scenario, we will just say there is some certain time delay. The guard period now has to be at least twice this delay time, but there is also another time added which should be reflected in the guard period, and this is the time the UE needs to switch from downlink to uplink. The 3GPP allows the UE to take up to 17 microseconds to switch. So this means that the guard period in total should at least be as long as twice the propagation delay or round-trip delay plus this 17 microseconds that the UE might need to switch. If we see this in formulas, then we can say for a transition from downlink to uplink, we have to reflect the round-trip delay, the maximum round-trip delay, plus 17 microseconds. On the other way around, when we switch from uplink to downlink, we have no need to have the round-trip delay reflected, but we should have 17 or a few more, so 20 microseconds for the switching within our user equipment. The guard period is not necessary for uplink to downlink transition. If we now configure our maximum round-trip delay in different length, then thereby we can configure how large the cell should be. This means that we have different configuration modes which have different length of pilot time slots, different length of uplink pilot time slots, and they reflect a certain round-trip delay, maximum round-trip delay. By this round-trip delay, calculated together with the light traveling time, we have a maximum of up to 100 kilometers for the cell, but we could also configure smaller cells. So that's why we need the guard period. That's how we configure the guard period. Thank you for watching.